22 of Cybersecurity Awareness Month. We're continuing our On the Road Travel Edition series. So, today we're talking about business centers in hotels. For many of us, we spend a lot of time on the road, especially during this time of year where we're going to conferences, we're checking stuff out. Travel coming up for holiday season is definitely around the corner. That means that we're on the road a lot. And when we're on the road, sometimes we have to print things, sometimes we have to just check our email, our laptop batteries are dead, all that stuff. So, it's really tempting to maybe just swing into the business center at a hotel. Um, I'm here to tell you not to. So there's nothing necessarily inherently insecure about this stuff other than they're shared computers that you have no control over. So while it's cool if you just want to browse something on the internet, you want to check the time for an event, want something like that, no problem. But if your plan is to log into a system, definitely skip these business centers and these computers. They're often protected from a malware perspective by whoever is hosting the business center, right? They're going to have AV on there. They might even have something like deep freeze that just wipes the machine in case there's anything malicious on it. And they're pretty restricted at times. But the problem is that the staff of the business center aren't always that attentive. Just over the last weekend, I was on the road. I needed to jump on a conference call, and I was in Vegas. So literally the only place that was even remotely quiet at the time was one of these business centers. And I sat at one of these desks for about an hour and a half, and no one bothered to check on me the whole time. I was using my laptop instead of their equipment. I moved a bunch of their stuff around. No one second guessed it for a minute. And if I were more malicious, and the kind of thing you need to be worried about are things like these keyloggers. So it's not just about stuff installed on the computer that could be dangerous, but there's actual hardware that we can install now to grab keystrokes that are there. This is a real simple one called the keylog, and the crew over at Hack 5 has more cool stuff like their key croc, right, which you physically install between the keyboard and the computer. And it is a hardware device, so it's not a piece of software running on the computer, and it just captures anything you type in. So if you jump on and you try to go to outlook.com, it'll show up in the log file, outlook.com. It'll show your username, Jordan at mspculture.com, and then the password that I typed in right after. It'll show if I hit tab or if I hit enter or if I hit shift or any of those combinations. Um, in this case, it can also exfiltrate that data. So an attacker can come back and grab their piece of hardware if they want to, or if they're willing to lose a $120 piece of hardware, they can just let it upload themselves and collect the data until somebody finds it. If you were at a large conference, maybe, and there's a lot of high value people sitting there, maybe it's worth $120 to see what you capture. So that is tip for today. Don't use business centers. Bring your laptop, plug them in. It's okay if you're just trying to check the time of a show or something like that. But if you're typing in a username and a password, skip the business center computers. Use a trusted device to the best of your ability, and keep yourself safe because it's not just software you need to worry about. There's bad, malicious hardware out there, and I mean they're doing the best they can. It's just you're paying someone to staff a desk that is meant to maybe collect packages or do something else or just help normal hotel guests. You're not really there to stop malicious attackers. So, day 22, skip the business center. Have a good day. Be safe when you're on the road and during your holiday travels.